Sophie Cunningham slams Angel Reese's team criticism. Indiana Fever guard says Chicago Sky star crossed the line with public comments. Sophie Cunningham has strong opinions about Angel Reese's recent public criticism of the Chicago Sky, and the Indiana Fever guard isn't holding back her disapproval. The seasoned WNBA player addressed Reese's controversial comments during a recent episode of her Show Me Something podcast, making it clear she believes the Sky forward crossed a professional line that should never be crossed. Team loyalty comes first. Cunningham's perspective stems from her unwavering commitment to team unity and professional conduct. The veteran guard emphasized that regardless of internal frustrations or concerns, players have a responsibility to keep team business within the organization. The Sky recently suspended Reese for one game after determining her public statements were detrimental to team morale and chemistry. The suspension came after Reese's interview with the Chicago Tribune, where she openly expressed dissatisfaction with various aspects of the team's performance and roster construction. While Reese later issued an apology for her remarks, Cunningham believes the damage was already done and the situation could have been entirely avoided with better judgment. Professional standards matter. According to Cunningham, maintaining professional boundaries isn't just about respect, it's about protecting the team's competitive environment. She argued that public criticism creates unnecessary division and undermines the trust that's essential for team success. The Indiana Fever guard, who has been sidelined since August 17 with a season-ending MCL tear, spoke from experience about the importance of handling internal conflicts appropriately. Her injury hasn't dampened her passion for discussing lead dynamics and professional conduct standards. Cunningham stressed that players must prioritize team welfare over personal expression, especially when that expression could harm team chemistry or create media distractions during a competitive season. Consequences for public criticism. The veteran player didn't stop at criticism. She advocated for stricter disciplinary measures. Cunningham suggested that any player who publicly criticizes their team should face financial penalties, arguing that such consequences would deter similar incidents in the future. Her stance reflects a traditional approach to team dynamics, where internal discussions remain internal regardless of circumstances. This philosophy has guided her own career, and apparently influenced her perspective on how other players should handle similar situations. Interestingly, Cunningham herself has faced financial consequences for her outspoken nature, having been fined 3 separate times for criticizing WNBA officials during her podcast appearances. However, she appears to distinguish between criticizing lead officiating and criticizing one's own team. Impact on team chemistry. The broader implications of Reese's comments and subsequent suspension have rippled through the Sky organization during a challenging season. The team has struggled with consistency and cohesion, making internal drama particularly problematic for their playoff aspirations. Cunningham's commentary highlights ongoing discussions within the WNBA about professional conduct, media relationships, and player responsibilities. As social media and podcast platforms give athletes more direct communication channels with fans, the lines between acceptable and unacceptable public commentary continue to evolve. League-wide implications. The situation between Reese and the Sky, combined with Cunningham's response, illustrates broader tensions within professional sports about player expression versus team loyalty. Modern athletes increasingly use various platforms to share their perspectives, sometimes creating friction with traditional organizational expectations. For the Chicago Sky, the challenge now involves rebuilding team chemistry while managing the remaining games of their season. The organization's decision to suspend Reese demonstrates their commitment to maintaining internal standards, even when dealing with a prominent player. The WNBA continues to navigate these complex dynamics as players, teams, and the league itself work to balance individual expression with collective success. Cunningham's perspective represents one side of this ongoing conversation about professional conduct and team loyalty in modern basketball.